Yeah, you see that? Yeah. Damn it. All right, hiring that for a different neighbor, doing some backhoe and dozer work. Dug that big stump out yesterday. We'll come back and fix that with the dozer once I bring it over here. Just got the backhoe. It's kind of funny. I could try to push this entire tree over with a little bitty backhoe, but I think it'll do it. So I'm not set up where I'm actually going to start. I just parked it there yesterday. What I'll do is dig out a little spot in front of this and probably go ahead and try to get this stump out of the way. And then I'll cut kind of this side and that side. And I'm thinking the tree's heavier this way, so it should fall that way easier. So we'll weaken the root structure down around the light side of the tree, and then we'll go to push on it. We'll see what happens. So the other thing I would do, not really anything I can get, but if there were any smaller branches sticking out, I would go ahead and just break them off of this side to make it lighter on this side. That way it'll fall that way easier. So trying to get this dang tree out. I got the dozer set up over there. I was pulling on it. I got the backhoe leaning on it. And this chain, it's a 3/8 chain. You guys see that? Wow. Broke it right apart. Golly. That was scary. It fired all the way back there. The other half of the chain ended up at the dozer, 100 or so feet away. Whew. Well, okay. Alrighty, guys, I missed last week, and I just didn't have anything to show you. It's not because I haven't been working. It's just been so hot that my phone shuts down and it won't record it. It overheats. So let me get you caught up real quick and show you where we're at. So this stump was right here. You can see I got that stump out of here, pushed it off into the creek out of the way, slicked that off. This is a job I hired out to do for one of my neighbors. The next thing I started working on is this pecan tree right up here in front of me. And it has absolutely kicked my ass. It literally broke everything I tried to get it out with. And so we ended up cutting the tops off, made firewood out of all of that. And I'm gonna come back and try to get the rest of this stump out. But I got it dug to this point, which, I mean, it's ridiculous. I've broken all the roots all the way around it. And I mean, I dug it 4 foot deep. Some of it I've filled in, trying to push on it with the dozer.
Clearly,
This would be a better
you're
angle.
at my eye level right now, and I'm
But,
barely looking
yeah,
over the ground.
I mean, I dug a deep hole all the way around it, broke all the roots. I thought, there's no way I'm not going to get it out of there. And while I was doing that, though, I blew out a cylinder on the backhoe, the bucket curl cylinder. So separate video coming on that. I've got the part kit ordered to rebuild that cylinder, so we'll get that fixed. You'll see that later, like I say. As soon as the parts get here, I'll start on it. And so I thought, well, at this point, even though the backhoe's down, I'll just hook up to it, and it was still a full tree at this point. But I hooked up to it way up here with the chains, and that's, I don't know, 9-10 feet off the ground where I had it hooked up. And went to pull on it with the dozer, and broke all of my biggest chains. So I don't have any chains anymore. I got to buy new chains. So that sucks. Those chains are probably worth more than this job paid, turns out. But yeah, so I broke all my chains trying to pull on the tree. Still didn't work. So I dug on it some more with the backhoe, even though it was leaking pretty bad. And then try to get the dozer back on it. And I was going to try something else. And the dozer broke down, and it's down for the count. See it parked way over there? It won't even start, and not good. It's in real bad shape, I think. So we're about to start troubleshooting, figure out exactly what's wrong with it. So I'm about to go do so. Yeah, let's go look at that. I'm gonna pull the filter out. I bought a filter cutter, so we can open the filter up. first things first and see if there's any signs of uh, well, whatever's going on in there in the filter. Might tell us something, might not. Find out here in just a minute. Well, here's a sight you never want to see. Dozer blade chained up. Man, this broke, real broke. That's the oil filter right there. We'll see if we can get that one off of there. It's kind of a tight spot, and I don't have a very good filter wrench, so we'll see how that goes. But once I get it off of there, we'll cut the top off. I'll show you that, and then we'll dump the contents out of that filter and see if there's any signs of bearing material, or just see if there's anything in there. And then the other thing I'm going to do is pull this guy off. I mentioned that in a video. That's a heater, and as you can see, I've deleted it from electrically, that is. But I never actually replaced that with a plug, which I had meant to. And it's a ceramic heater in there, and I've heard that those can break. They'll come apart, and then the pieces of all that ceramic will fall down. I mean, it's right on the intake. It just fall down in there and completely destroy the engine. So I'm hoping that's not what's happened, but we'll find out shortly. So I'm gonna get this filter off and replaced, and then we'll cut that one open. Alrighty, so first thing I'm gonna do is just try to kind of clean a little bit of this crap off to eliminate getting in there. At this point, it may not matter. Engine may be toast anyway, but I wish I had a pressure washer handy. Okay, not hand tight. Let's use the old belt trick on it again. This way. That's tight. It didn't leave us much room in there. Dang it. Got a new belt since the last time I showed this. If I'd known I was going to be doing this again, I'd kept the old one handy. Sucks to get my new belt all willy. Oh. Oh, it's really tight. Yeah, mud dauber hanging me up. There we go. Oh yeah, works every time. This new filter ready real quick. It don't really matter if I lose all the oil. I got some fresh oil over here to lube the gasket up with. Oh, quit leaking. Of course, we're just putting this one on here to make sure nothing gets in the engine. It's not already in there. Okay. Alrighty. Well, there's oil filter change if you're interested on a case 450. Let's cut this filter open and see what's in there. So I bought one of these things. This is a filter cutter. Cutting blade on it there, rollers on this side, and tighten it down on the filter. I had thought for a long time it'd be nice if somebody made some sort of device for doing that. And I didn't know they existed until I was watching Oh, Cletus McFarlane Racing, and they were cutting the filter open on one of their race car engines, and I was like, dang, they do exist. So I went out and bought me one. This one's pretty cheap, came off Amazon. It was like 30 bucks. Probably easier to do in a vise, but I don't have one handy. Yep, it's gonna be slippery. Works just like a pipe cutter though. Oh, got her. I can hear it cutting. So, first time I've used it, this just came in today. Yep, got her. Just like that. Top comes off. Okay. Can you see that? Some shiny bits in there right on top, right off the bat. Oil looks terrible. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah. You can see it, all that glittery stuff. That's all metal of some sort. Probably, if I were guessing, could be bearing material. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, see all that glittery crap? Dang it. Set this down real quick. This filter looks terrible. Okay. Let me find a clean rag real quick. I'll be right back. I've got as handy as these McDonald's rags. Yeah. Pour this out on here. See if we can see. Looking for chunks is what I'm really looking for. It's not super effective. All kinds of bits of metal in there though, guys. I'm seeing it just looks like glitter. That sucks. Not good. Yep. All kinds of chunks in there. You probably can't see that on camera. Trying to set up something here, filtering through. Yep. Go for broke here, see what else we got. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, there's a lot of gold in there. It's not what you want to see. Well, who knows what all I lost when I spilled it just now. But I don't know how well you can tell, but that looks like metallic paint. You can probably see that. Glitter. I don't know. Yeah. Well, take my word for it. Looks like a metal fleck paint. That's not good. So, oh yeah, you see that? Yeah. Damn it. Okay. Well, that sucks. So what that means is we're gonna have to do at a bare minimum, we'll have to do a complete overhaul on this engine, which probably means pulling it out of the machine, sending it off to machine shop, and I suspect it's worse than just bearings at this point. Time will tell, and I'll show you guys as we go. But I suspect the pistons are jacked up as well. So I guess I should tell you what happened was I was running it, and it wasn't running very well. Didn't have as much power as it usually does. Hang on, I'll tell you a story. Sun's bright. So I was running it right over here through the truck. You can't see it, but didn't seem to have as much power as it usually does. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. I should have just stopped there, and I didn't. And something gave up, and I don't know what yet. But it started knocking real bad, and it was blowing a ton of smoke out the crankcase vent, which means you're getting combustion gases in the crankcase, which should not be there. So I know just because of that, or suspect, I guess I should say, that at least one of the cylinders rings failed, and maybe multiples. And so at a bare minimum, we're gonna have to do a new set of rings, probably all the way around. If I get it broke down to that point, I'll do new rings all the way around. Based on what I just saw in that filter, probably new engine bearings all the way around. I would imagine probably, I mean, I'll be tore down to that point. Might as well, all of them. There's no point in not. And that's best case scenario that fixes it. New rings and new bearings, but most likely I've scored the block itself, short block. It's a really long block in this case, but so there's a very, 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 very small possibility that I'll be able to just hone the cylinders out and then go back in with maybe a new piston or two, and like I said, rings and bearings all the way around. But chances are the block itself is just completely grooved up and tore apart, and it's probably either boring it over, sleeving it back down, which I can't do personally. I'll have to send it off for that, and probably cheaper in the long run to just buy a new engine, honestly. So kind of where I'm at. We're stuck out here in this hay meadow where I was working, and we have a tractor that'll pull it straight, but it won't make it turn. And so I'm only about 100 yards away from my property, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it there because we can't turn it. The tracks work hydraulically, of course, so if it's not running, I have no hydraulics, which means I have no steering. There's track brakes. Some of you might think, well, just use the brakes. Well, the brakes don't work on this. They never have. Something I've been meaning to get around to fixing, and I haven't yet. So I have no way to steer the thing while we're pulling it, and it'll only pull it straight. So we're entertaining an idea of the tractor will push it as well. So maybe we could push it up backwards onto a trailer and then pull it back off, and I can get it in a hay barn where I can start tearing everything apart. So that's discouraging, to be honest with you. It's not great. Okay, let me grab some tools. I'm gonna pull this heater out of here, and we'll see if it's still intact. So give me just a minute here. All right, I don't have the right size wrench, but it came loose anyway. I didn't actually expect that to work. I hadn't started the camera yet. Now, I've had this off here before, and it was fine. Let's see what it looks like today. Oh, it looks fine. Oh, sorry. So that's not the failure point. That's actually kind of sad. I was hoping that was going to be broken, then I could blame it all on that. No, seriously though, that's actually great news. It means there's a chance the block's not completely destroyed. So I'll put this back in there for now, just to plug this hole up. Okay, so it's not that little heater, so that's good. You know, it may not matter. The engine may still be destroyed. Be tight enough. But it's not that. So, okay. Well, I got to figure out what's wrong with it now at this point, and the only way to do that is going to be start taking stuff apart. So, not in this video though. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. I was just cleaning all my stuff up, and I just realized I forgot to finish the story of when it actually failed. The reason I was hoping it was this plug back here behind me is because that would mean it's not entirely my fault. Whenever I finally got it shut down and you know, it was blowing all kinds of smoke out of the crankcase vent and everything, I found that it was extremely low on oil. So that's entirely my fault. And I'm a pretty decent mechanic, but I didn't check the oil before I took off that day, or the day before. And so it ran low on oil, and that's why I suspected the bearings were probably trashed. That's why I bought my cool oil filter opener, which I've wanted for a long time anyway, but I wish I could have bought it under better circumstances. So if the engine's trash, or if I can fix it however it works out, this problem that I'm having is entirely my fault, and it's just lack of maintenance. So check the oil on your equipment. I mean, I know better, and I didn't do it, and I should have. Didn't think about it. Too late now, so damage is done. Sucks, but this one's on me, so it's not the Dozer's fault. It's nothing else, you know, in there. It's not, you know, foreign objects. It's not this thing falling apart, getting in there, that destroyed this engine. If it's destroyed, we'll find out once I tear it apart. But yeah, this entire situation was entirely preventable if I just kept oil in it. And it's always burned a little bit, and I guess I just ran it out. So that sucks. It's my fault though. So anyway, have a good one.